Hi everybody, this is Deanna. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm coming on with a tutorial on how to make a traveler's notebook, also known as a TN. It was much requested when I had shown my traveler's notebook, the one I made for Hawaii, which is this one right here. And it has this little elastic opening, and in it I have a laminating cover and some pockets and some pages, and it's a place to document your trip of what you did, what you ate, what you saw, who you met along the way, and just everything that you can think of. I did add 4 signatures to my original one, and today I'm gonna try to do a step-by-step traveler's notebook for you with 3 signatures. I feel like 3 signatures is a good start, and I'm going to use this paper. Let me see what it is. And I may do this in 2 tutorials because of the amount of time. But I'm using Set Sail by Photoplay, and it's a cruise. So if you're traveling, you may want to try to find some traveling paper. This one that I used for Hawaii was Doodlebug, and it was I Love to Travel. So it's whatever you prefer. I mean, whatever you have in your stash. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to laminate my cover. And you will need, first let's go over a few tools. You're going to need just some computer paper. That's what I used, and cut them down to 8 by 8 and fold them in half. And for each signature, I recommend about 10 pages for each. So you would need roughly 30 sheets. You're going to need some tools. You're going to need a hole puncher. You're going to need a corner rounder. You're going to need some cord, elastic cord. I'm going to use this button because it reminds me of water. And this is going to go for the back side. You don't have to put a button there. I just think it's really cute. And you're going to need a bone folder. So I have mine ready to go. And your laminator. If you don't have a laminator, I highly suggest that for the front cover, you cut out a 12 by 12 sheet, a 1/4 inch all the way around. So you would just add that inch, and preferably 110-pound stock, and that way you have it nice and sturdy for your cover. So your front cover, because of the purposes of laminating, I am going to start off with this 8 3/4 in height and 10 1/2 in width. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to round the corners. And this is not my tutorial. I did follow a tutorial from Christian's Crafty Adventures, and I kind of modified it, and I will try to link that one below. And I believe that she had 5 different maybe signature pages. I really don't remember because I made mine way back in I want to say December before our trip. So, and then you're going to need your scoreboard. And I'm trying, and my laminator is heated up, ready to go. So I've rounded my corners, and for the front cover, at the 10.5, let me lift this up. At the 10.5, you're going to score at 4 1/2. And then you're going to just turn the page upside down. So basically you're flipping it. And you're going to score at 4 1/2 again. And you want to score this before you run it through your laminator. So again, 8 3/4 height, 10.5 width. You're going to score on the 10.5 mark, 4 1/2. Turn your paper upside down, not backwards, just flip it around and score 4 1/2 again. So I'm going to set my scoreboard aside, and I'm going to run it through the laminator. And I'm going to probably want to just I just kind of folded the little score marks, but not fully. So you want to line this up. And so that it's straight. And as you can see, it just fits. So that's why I chose these measurements. And then I'm just going to run it through. And if you don't have a laminator, let's see if I can show you. Let me lift up my camera and try to turn it just a little bit. I just have the Amazon cheapie, and it was like $20. It works perfectly, and here it goes. And you just place it in the laminator and let it do its thing. And I have it on 5mm, so I could set it at 5 or 3. I really don't know the difference. I know the quality of your sheet is what makes your laminating product the best. So it's not the machine, it's the laminating sheet itself. And I'm just using the sheets that came with this. So it's almost through. Okay, now I'm gonna, it's pretty warm. So this is what the inside of mine is gonna look like. This is gonna be my outside cover. So let me put it back to here. And now I just want to get my bone folder and be careful. And I do want to trim a little of, you don't want to go too close, but let's see if you could see. Leave a little bit, 1/8 of an inch or so, so you don't break that seal. So you're going to trim that off, round your corners the best you can. I'm not going to worry too much about the top, mainly the sides. Just because it barely fit. And I hope this video isn't too dark for you. It's a rainy, cold day here in the Pacific Northwest. And yeah, I missed the sun that we had a couple days ago. So there. Next, I'm going to, so here's your seam. And I'm just going to fold carefully on the score. And that's why you want to score it before and not after. And there's your front cover. And I'm going to, this isn't real, my trim job's not the best, but I'm not going to take the time for the purposes of this video to make it all pretty. I can do that on my off time. But isn't that so cute? So that's the start. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a couple of the signature pages, inserts, and I'm thinking for video 2, I'm going to show you how to put on the elastic cording. And so let's get to it. So the first signature, you're going to need a 12-inch in height and 8.5 in width. And so I've already cut my papers down, and I've used 12 by 12s, the 12 by 12 sheets, and just pre-cut them. So again, cut it 12 height. Make sure that your height is going the right way. 8.5 width. And on the 12-inch side, so you're going to line it up, you're going to score at 8. And then at the 8.5 side, so I flipped it, you're going to score that in half. So half of 8 and 8.5 is 4 1/4. Who knew there was so much math in crafting? So here, what you're going to do is I'm going to flip it up. So you're going to want to make sure that your paper direction is going the right way. When you score at the 8 mark, you're going to be making your pocket. So here, I'm just going to even it out just a little bit. Sorry for the screeching, but my cutting job probably was just a hair off. And then you're going to fold it in half. Okay. So now I'm done with my scoreboard for this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up here, and I'm going to make a pocket. And so I want to make a, let's say, let me get my ruler. So I want to make just let's see how this goes. Let's see how that goes. So that seems about right to me. So I'm gonna, and you can do this any way you want to. You don't have to do as much as I did. And you may want to stitch, put this in your sewing machine. So the reason why I did it this way, because this is a sailing one, and I thought that this looked really cute. So you could go this way. So the bottom. So I'm just going to mirror this. I think on my traveling one, I did it opposite, but like I said, so see what I mean? So you have two different ways. You have, this one is larger pocket, and this is smaller, which is okay because you're gonna have papers in between. And I think that this is really cute for sailing. And then what you're gonna do here is either take it to your sewing machine and sew it, or you're just gonna add glue . Come on, glue. You can use wet glue here. Oh, jeez. A little tab came out. Or you can use your adhesive tape. But you're going to add glue here. And I left this pocket open so I could slip things in here. So bigger things like maybe you went to a movie or a show and your ticket is big. You could just slip it in there. And then I'm just going to add glue to this side. And just and there's your first signature. And if you want, you can even come in and round this off. And that's even cute. It's what you do you. This is just to help you get started on making it. So now I'm going to take here's a bunch of computer paper, and I suggest 10 for each signatures. So here's your first insert. So I'm probably going to trim this up because I know when I cut it, I wasn't real accurate and it will drive me crazy. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim it down. I'll probably have to re-glue it. But you want these even. So there. Okay. So then again, there's your measurements. So here's your second insert. This is 12 wide and 8 1/4 height. So 12 wide, and be mindful on the back what direction. So on the 12, I want this as the outside. So on the 12 wide, I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And I'm going to score it at 8 1/2. Move that. And I'm probably going to have to dig out my punch on this one. Okay. So I have oh, that's a scallop punch. Okay. So what you're going to do here is you're going to just fold on your marks. So what I was going to do, here you're just making your signature page like this. And this is your pocket. In my original one, I punched a half circle here just for easy access. But I'm going to glue to make this a pocket up here, the top side. And just along the bottom. And I think this is so cute, this paper. I've never been on a cruise. I just happen to have this paper in my stash from, I believe it was Peachy Keen did one of those boxes where you don't know what's in them, a grab bag box or whatever, and they just put a bunch of random stuff in it, and this collection happened to be in there. And so I've never had really a use to use it until this, so maybe I'll have to look into it. So there's my second signature. I'm gonna add some more white computer pages, and so now we have this one and this one, and this is our front cover. And you could put them in any order you want. And you can make as many signatures as you want. You can make a couple of the same ones. I'm just showing you 3 different types. And this one I really like. This is probably my favorite. And so I have 2 sides. I'm going to have this as my outside, and this has my inside. So you want 12 wide and 8 1/4 height. Okay, so I'm going to get my scoreboard. And here I'm going to score at 1 3/4. And I'm going to score it at 6, which is the halfway mark. Then I'm going to turn it upside down and score it at 1 3/4. Okay, so I think we're done with the scoreboard for now. And this is the last signature page. So here, I'm just folding this, folding it in half, and just taking my bone folder and then folding it in. And these are your little pockets. So it looks like that's upside down. So that's the outside cover. So then again, you're going to take your glue and you're going to glue it here. And here to make your first pocket. Hold that down, let it set, let your glue set. I really like to take my time when I'm making these projects because there's nothing, I just have so much fun collecting things to put in my traveler's notebook and working on it. And sometimes I get so busy during the trip, I just take notes in my phone under notes, and then I collect stuff, put it into an envelope, and work on it when I get home. I have a Sprocket camera that takes little pictures, and they're sticker pictures, and I'll show you a couple from my original. So this is us. This is my son's friend, best friend. My son was killed back in 2004, and this is his best friend that lives in Kailua, really close to my son that lives in Hawaii, and we met up with him for dinner. And that was just amazing. This is my husband, me, and my son, and this is North Shore. It was a stormy day, and this is us out sailing. This is my son and his fiance now. So when we were there, he proposed to her. And so that was pretty exciting. And we had a big celebration, and we got a food truck and had just champagne and surprises, and she had no idea, and that's her mom flew in from California to surprise her, and we were already there. And there's us at Tommy Bahama. My son's a manager at Tommy Bahama, me sailing at the helm. And so I love these. You just print them from your phone, from a sprocket, and you have them for your traveler's notebook. So there's your last signature page. And let's see where this one should fit in. So, and you can add more of these white papers. This book will hold so much. So I think I'm going to go, actually, yeah, I think I'm going to put it this way. So this is the start of my traveler's notebook. I'm going to take a break. We're at 32 minutes, and then I will do a part 2, and I'll show you how to bind it, to put the elastic binding up, and how to I have a few ideas how to decorate, and I hope that you enjoy this. Please leave a comment if this helps. I tried to go slow in my measurements, and tutorials are kind of tricky because you get one shot at it, or you delete it and have to start all over again. So I'm trying my best. If you have any questions, comments, please leave me a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as possible, because I know one of my viewers personally really wants to get one of these done before her trip to, I believe it was the Grand Canyon, Las Vegas. So I'm trying to be accurate and make it easy. So stay tuned for part 2, and I'll get this uploaded and ready to go. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button, and have a great day. I'll be back real shortly. Bye.